Hello, everyone. My name is Richard Stockton, and this is Cruz News. Our producers got me positioned more to the right, which doesn't. I actually lean more to the left in this show, don't I? I lean to the left. This is Cruz News. Completely unfair and dangerously unbalanced. It was just kind of. All right. So today's story is about smart meters. I know what you're thinking. This show? Really? No, go with us on it. Give us a break here. We've got the Santa Cruz County Board of Supervisors agreed unanimously on August 24th to draft a smart meter ban in the unincorporated communities. The new PG&E smart meters, which record energy use and transmit the results wirelessly, began being deployed in Santa Cruz County homes and businesses last month, despite concerns that the technology is unsafe and unreliable. Critics of smart meters have complained that the meters give an inaccurate reading and that the radio signals produced by the wireless meters can cause health problems. Residents have responded with notes on their doors requesting that meters not be installed. Some of it actually run installers off their property, and a few have covered their devices with tinfoil in an effort to block their signals. And actually, we have, ladies and gentlemen, new products from Cruz News for you. For $19.95, you can get the all-new Cruz News tinfoil deflection device to protect your family from the smart meter radio frequency signals. It also comes with the Cruz News foil hat for deflection of mind control signals, as well as the foil cup, which I'm wearing underneath my pants right now, to protect your reproductive parts from mutant signals. Ladies and gentlemen, let's go out to, or ladies and gentlemen, in fact, we could even call them, let's go out to Bryan Williams in the newsroom.
Roll to Bryan.
This is Bryan Williams reporting from Brady's in Seabright. What's your name?
Carrie Vanderslice.
Jerry?
Carrie.
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 We're asking people today what they think about the new PG&E smart meters.
I don't know too much about it.
What do you think about the PG&E controversy with the smart meters that they're putting on the houses?
To be honest, I don't know much about it.
People, what they think about the new PG&E smart meters. What do you think about those?
Well, I'm not sure. I haven't really heard much about that.
What do you think about that whole situation with the smart meters?
I think that RFID technology is actually unproven as far as safety goes, and I think that a lot of people's fears are pretty legitimate, and that, I mean, really, it's unfair of PG&E to be forcing that onto people.
So you think PG&E is basically a bunch of lying crooks, right?
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah? That would be safe to say. So are you in the market for our new smart meter deregulation cap that blocks Wi-Fi from the smart meters?
Actually, it's not Wi-Fi, it's RFID frequencies that are broadcast in the EM range.
It's only $19.95.
Oh, no, I'm good. I've got enough tinfoil, thanks.
This is special tinfoil, blessed by the alien goddess.
Was that the reptilian goddess, planet Nibiru?
How did you know?
I'm in the know. What can I say?
And they say there are no aliens in Santa Cruz.
The Possiettes here have pointed out that we need to come up with the new feminine ovary protection and so we are going to develop, our scientists are going into the studio to develop the new feminine aluminum foil panty shield. The Watsonville City Council went a step further and approved the county's first moratorium on smart meters. The council expressed frustration that PG&E representatives who asked them to delay their vote until after the study on meters is released, they couldn't tell them when the meters will be deployed in Watsonville. Smart meters deployed. This sounds like It sounds like smart bombs or something, weapons that destroy people but leave the building standing. That's what we're talking. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, no, I got that wrong. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, a weapon that destroys people but leaves the building standing would be the stock market, actually. Yeah, my bad.
So you don't trust PG&E, basically?
Don't trust them, nope.
A representative for PG&E declined to say whether the company would honor local moratoriums on the meters, only that it would do its best to address public concerns.
When PG&E was seemingly unavailable, I mean, when we had electrical outlets and stuff, it took them 3 days, 4 days, 5 days to fix anything. So I don't really trust them to take care of our needs.
So it would be safe to say that you're actually one of their biggest fans.
Come on, buddy.
PG&E will do its best to address public concerns. PG&E, they're plowing ahead with $2.2 billion rollout, and they say they will do their best to address public concerns. You know, I don't know if PG&E is, if their use of the Wi-Fi is going to hurt someone. I don't know. I mean, I work in a television studio, and there's enough RF bouncing off my testicles. I'm just glad I've already had children and kids. I got to tell you, man, I'm really sorry about all the acid I dropped in the 60s. But maybe the mutations will work out for you. You know, I mean, I don't know if people are going to be overcharged for their power. Who are we kidding? Of course they're going to be overcharged for the power. What do we think? It's PG&E. PG&E. Pilfering, greed, and excess. But trust PG&E to address our concerns. PG&E has repeatedly poisoned and killed entire communities while trying to cover it up. PG&E is the same company that Aaron Brockovich nailed for $333 million. At the same time, that is the largest settlement that has ever been paid in a direct action suit in U.S. history. But the PUC is going to investigate these devices and report back as PG&E continues to screw smart meters on the sides of our houses. $2.2 billion project. I mean, isn't looking into this kind of expenditure what the Public Utilities Commission is there for? What does the PUC really stand for? Protecting unregulated corporations. I'm leaning to the left. PG&E maintains that they are addressing concerns. Addressing concerns is what PG&E was doing when they poisoned the town of Hinckley, California with hexavalent chromium. They fought tooth and nail to destroy Aaron Brockovich, the sexy lady, wonderfully flamboyant, giant knockers who blew the whistle on them, actually. But then in 2006, 1,200 plaintiffs allegedly contaminated near PG&E's Kettleman Hills compressor station in Kings County, California. Who did that one? You got it. Aaron Brockovich. The Kettleman suit settled for $335 million. Even PG&E has said that they are impressed by Aaron Brockovich's cleavage. Oh my God. What a thing to say about a national environmental hero like Aaron Brockovich. Impressed by her cleavage. Man, the PG&E. They make allusions to this valiant woman's private parts like they can dismiss their own malfeasance because she's a woman, obviously enjoys being a woman. You know, ever since the popular Hollywood movie about the case, most Americans have come to the conclusion that compared to Julia Roberts, as opposed to my girlfriend, the real Aaron Brockovich does indeed have much larger boobs. Julia Roberts may be the darling of Hollywood, but Aaron Brockovich is definitely the queen of Hooters. Yes, she's built like a brick house, but I bet that's one brick house that does not have a PG&E smart meter hanging off one of her door knockers.
Richard.
She may have trouble falling forward, but it's a forward-thinking falling forward, my God. PG&E, my God, what are they doing? Oh, and to demean her work by focusing on her incredible attractiveness, titillating, prurient interest, getting people to focus on, wow, what a hot sex life she must have, and spreading rumors that, wow, this woman is just so, she can
say cleavage.
Oh. Even PG&E has said they are impressed by Aaron Brockovich's courage. Thank you. For Cruz News, I'm Richard Stockton. Welcome back to Cruz News. I'm Richard Stockton. Cruz News Posse, there they are. They're self-medicated to a perfection today. It's great. I'm Richard Stockton, and I'm so excited about this because I'm a bike rider in Santa Cruz, and Santa Cruz is one of the most bike-friendly cities in America, for sure. A lot of Santa Cruzans are starting to get a little bit concerned about who is sharing the road. Cars seem to be stepping up to the plate and sharing the road. Santa Cruzans are concerned that maybe it's the bike riders themselves that aren't playing by the rules. Bryan Williams on the street in Santa Cruz.
So you're a bicyclist?
Yeah, I try to. I live locally, so I only drive my car to get groceries and go to the farmer's market.
So you're one of those people that we flip off all the time because you're not obeying the rules of the road, and
I ride a cruiser, not like a Lance Armstrong situation with the spandex. So yes, I do not obey the rules. I have to admit that I'm one of those that just flies through stop signs. So they're annoying. They act like they're cars. You're not a car, get in the bike lane.
Controversy in Santa Cruz County. What are your thoughts on that?
I think there's certain places that they just shouldn't be on, like Mission Street. It's always an issue. You know, they have had a couple of accidents where people got killed, and they just don't really belong on Mission Street. It's not built for bikes. But I would say that, yeah, you know, they got to understand that they're a movie vehicle. It's like driving a car, and I see a lot of people run stop signs and stuff like that, and they're kind of, you know, give a bad rap to the other bike riders who follow the rules.
So are you a bike rider yourself?
No.
So you drive a car?
I do.
Do you flip a lot of bikes off?
I have before, yeah, definitely.
They deserved it though, right?
I feel they did, yeah.
How many of them have you just nudged a little bit with the front end of your car?
No nudging, but I have cut them off.
Now with our two-wheeled report, Dickie Babalama.
So I see the sign. In Santa Cruz, there's always the sign, share the road. The politics of the situation give the bicycle rider all the rights of the car driver. I'm beginning to think it's the cyclists and the skateboarders who are not keeping up with their close reading, man. When the road croak up, kuya! Share implies the give and the take, not entitlement to take the mosquito like on the roads and buzz around all the ears, man. Don't be craven with the road, man. You drive your bike down Ocean Street going the wrong way, weaving in and out of the cars, knocking the pedestrians down, and you shout back at them, you're lucky because usually I'm driving a garbage truck. You be gravelicious with the road, man. That's not the way of Jah, not the way of the one love. Kuya, you are a vampire sucking the blood out of the heart of Santa Cruz with your bike. You are on a vicious cycle. So, man, regarding riding a bike in this fashion, the hardest part is the car bumper, man. Yes. I mean, I'm gonna tell you to be true, man. To quote the great white Rasta Mark Twain, Learn to ride a bicycle. You will not regret it if you live. Mark Twain was one of the first Caucasian Rastas, man. If he would have just stopped chopping off the hair, man, he would look good in the dreadlocks, man. I think he'd do it, man, you know what I'm saying? We have here in this, right here with us today, Studio Papa Buzz, another white Rasta who smoked the healing of the nation so he be wise as Solomon, even though he suddenly, lately, looks like a BG who has been embalmed with hair permanents. I honor the man who wears his contraceptive device on his head. But Papa Buzz, by the way, he cannot die. He does not need, he cannot even use the preventative of the hangover. And he will not pass away. He will always be with us because the government not let Papa Buzz die because they do not have a safe place to bury his liver. He suffered from the beer can elbow. Papa Buzz had more white Russians than Catherine the Great, man. Oh, goodness. The I refers to the oneness of everyone in the jar. And you may feel safe when you see the white image of a bicycle on the pavement. Maybe it's just the chalk outline of a crushed bicycle, man. You don't know. On the highway, don't be the psychopath. No good karma, man, to die at the bicycle wheel. No, you die from freewheeling too fast, and you will come back in the next life as a hamster. I was riding my stationary exercise bike in my living room, and I noticed that the faster I would go, the faster my hamster would go in this cage. I look at the hamster and I think, man, look at it. Some people never learn. Oh, I speak to the women now. Do you ride the bike? You ride the bike? Yes, you ride the bike. Kuya, she one fine biscuit. Everyone knows that woman has peddled her ass all over town. Yeah, man. Feel no way. You woman always be looking for the bumpy road, the cobblestone vibration, so on your bike you get off. The bicycle trip on SoCal is no place to buy your sex toys. I tell you, do not use your bicycle vibration for sex. You always be coming, but you never arrive. You be thinking you're having so much fun, but you're your bicycle, but you are a bike sexual. That's what you are now. A man get excited on the bicycle and he get the wood stuck in the spokes, making his bike scream like a motorcycle. Or maybe that was just me screaming, I don't know. But anyway, I saw this horrific accident, the pieces of the bicycle flying everywhere. And I had to think, spare parts. Share the road, Mom. It is the way of Jah. Cool runnings. One love.
Yes, thank you, Diggy Baba Lama. We'll be right back. Thank you. Now we go to our special social commentary by our very own, the Sentinel Arts and Entertainment editor, Wallace Baine.
Last week, the family and I tumbled into some weird wormhole a few miles southwest of the Twilight Zone and woke up one day, improbably, as registered guests of a luxury resort near San Diego. Now, let us say at the outset that we are not resort people. The first thing a visitor sees when entering our house, where you might expect, say, a grandfather clock, is the cat box. We own more blue plastic tarps than blue chip stocks. That's just how we roll, y'all. So as we wandered in a daze around the biggest of the resort's 3 pools, watching meticulously tanned people drinking red and green cocktails while standing waist deep in water probably imported from Dubai, I felt about as conspicuous as Mike Huckabee at Burning Man. The crippling self-consciousness soon evaporated, however, due to our realization that most of the people around the pool that first day must have preceded us through that wormhole because they weren't what you would call resort people either. I guess I expected hordes of slender, tastefully turned out specimens of the ruling elite, something like the cast of Mad Men dressed in Palm Springs pool party casual, the men in $400 loafers with no socks, the women in fabulous hats flown in from Milan. Instead, we quickly learned that even the grounds of a luxury resort were no sanctuary from loud, lumpen men in oversized sports jerseys and elaborately tattooed women in pink shorty shorts with juicy embroidered across their backsides. Does there remain a place in America where people don't look like the beer line at a Raiders game? Of course, I didn't exactly look like I fell out of a BMW ad either, so for me to judge others was surely a case of the pot calling the kettle tacky. At least my daughters sported no words across their fannies, so that right there marked us as the Vanderbilts of this crowd. Anyway, it was an exceedingly comfortable and swank place, and we could have grown accustomed to it if Rod Serling had not seen fit to step into camera range and offer up a plot twist. As it turned out, part of this strange waking dream was that we had a food allowance, $500 per room. We had 2 rooms for the week to be used at the resort's various restaurants and cafes. As you might imagine, at least at first, this situation was about 2 angels and a cloud short of being heaven. Can you imagine walking into a nice restaurant with no wallet, ordering the ceviche, the tarragon chicken, and what the heck, a nice cognac, and walking out of there an hour later giving up nothing but a room number? That is a sweet life, ladies and gentlemen. But as the days began to ebb away, we started to notice that our sizable food allowances weren't disappearing as fast as we thought they would. We were never quite clear whether this was a use it or lose it situation, but suddenly, with just a couple of days left before we were to be tossed back out into the cruel world outside, we found ourselves in some twisted reality show scenario in which we were furiously abusing the menu and our digestive systems by ordering lavish dishes one on top of another, all the while watching the clock. The rules of this bizarre game of gluttony only revealed themselves gradually. We learned that the allowance was for food only, no charging an $80 sweatshirt against the total, and tips and taxes, those weren't included either. But the restaurants helpfully kept their prices absurdly high. A cup of coffee was about $6. And I ordered a so-so room service turkey sandwich that cost me a mind-numbing $27. Paying that tab was so against my nature, I trembled signing the bill. It was a discombobulating circumstance for a cheap twerp like me. It was as if the state suddenly announced that we were all going to drive on the left side of the road for a few days. Given that this was one of those places that offered every amenity at an extra charge, the ambient oxygen was free, but everything else was coming out of the credit card, I counted on these maddening prices to lift us up to our limit. But working against this shameless price gouging was a factor I had forgotten about. My family's not big on eating high on the food chain. We are all, in fact, engaged in some middle ground form of vegetarianism or meat avoidance, which put us at a decided disadvantage in this game, like trying to win a NASCAR race in a Prius. Of course, it would have been maybe too easy if all those high-protein beef and pork products had been in play, so I accepted our self-imposed limitations with a certain grace until one day my youngest daughter ordered for lunch a side of peaches. Peaches, I cried. You're killing me here. Can't you get one of these nice salmon and chorizo omelets just to humor me? I never cursed the gods for not giving me sons until that very moment. The whole week was a blur of magnificent food, braised this and pan-seared that, dishes that looked like abstract art, a fountain of melted chocolate, for goodness sakes, and I don't think I was genuinely hungry once the whole time. Yes, I enjoyed the wild hedonistic delirium of it all, but I was also slightly queasy the whole time, though I couldn't tell if that queasiness came from my offended liberal conscience or my assaulted liver. We didn't meet our food allowance, though. In the end, we were definitely in the neighborhood. Now that I've been expelled from the candy land of our surreal vacation, my bloodstream clogged with creme brulee, and I'm back in the world where no turkey sandwich costs $27, I'm beginning to enjoy simplicity again. The first thing I had when I returned home was a bowl of cereal that would bore a Puritan. Those giant shredded wheat biscuits in non-fat soy milk. It wasn't exciting or even tasty, but it put me back where I belong, driving on the right side of the road again. Thank you.
Wallace Baine, you can catch Wallace's stories online in the SantaCruzSentinel.com website. And of course, read him in the Santa Cruz Sentinel, and I hear he's got an awesome piece he just came out with yesterday. Check out Wallace online and in your paper. We're so glad to have Wallace here. We have a show coming up that you are going to want to see, Liver Guard, and that's about preventing a hangover. We've got this guy, Greg Koenig, is going to come on and tell us how to prevent a hangover. And of course, never forget the 1995 Cruz News Smart Meter Deflector. And does this make my head look fat? This is kind of... Also, shameless plug here, we've got the new Planet Cruise Comedy Hour coming up October 2nd with Teresa Tudry and Vanda Michalowski, our local, you know Vanda, yeah, and local international performance hero Tom Noddy's going to be on the show. It's all about stories, sketches, and come check us out at planetcruise.org. You can buy tickets, learn about the show. It's going to be at the Coamba October 2nd. The amazing and AD-afflicted Johnny Steele, the comedian, and I are doing a show called The Boomer Chronicles, Hi-Fi to Wi-Fi, and we're going to be putting that up around the Monterey Bay area. Please look for that as well. We'd love to have you come out and see the show. Well, that's it. This is CruzGuru.com, and that's where you want to go if you want to see some of the past shows. You can even look on for like number 4, there are aliens on the city council. Number 5, Proposition 19, there's more about marijuana than you can pack into a Jamaican spliff on that show. CruzGuru.com, check us out there. Come down to the studio and join us here sometime. They are them. I'm Richard Stockton. Bryan Williams says hello. Bye, everybody. See you next time.